This weekend, NASCAR is going to do something it has never, ever done in its entire 75-year history. It's going to send its cars screaming around a racetrack that runs between two real aircraft carriers alongside warships in San Diego Bay and right past an active military runway where Navy fighter jets take off and land. This is not a normal racetrack. This is a street course carved into one of the most important naval bases in the world. And it might be the wildest, most unpredictable track NASCAR has ever attempted. But here's the part that almost nobody is talking about. Forget the storylines about which famous driver might win for a second. The real wild card this weekend isn't a driver at all. It's the track itself. Because this circuit is brand new. Nobody, not the champions, not the veterans, not a single driver in the field has ever turned a competitive lap here. It's the longest course on the entire schedule, packed with 16 demanding turns, surrounded by unforgiving walls. And when you combine a track nobody knows with conditions this brutal, you get one thing: the potential for absolute chaos. So today, we're going to break down exactly what makes this San Diego track so insane, why it could wreck so many drivers' races, why it might actually produce a shocking, unexpected winner, and what this historic moment really means for the sport. Stay with me because by the end, you'll see this race completely differently from everyone else. Welcome back to Freedom Line News, the channel where we don't just chase the drama, we actually break down what really happened and what's really going to happen. If you're new here, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button, because this community is growing every week, and we cover these NASCAR stories with the detail they truly deserve. All right, let's get into it. So let's start with the track itself, because the features of this place are genuinely unlike anything in NASCAR history. This isn't an oval. It isn't even a normal road course. It's a 16-turn street circuit, measuring 3.4 miles around, which makes it the single longest track on NASCAR's entire 2026 schedule. That length alone is a big deal, but it's the specific corners that make your jaw drop. The track is brand new and built on regular base roads. That often means a bumpy, slippery, dusty surface, at least early in the weekend, with very little grip until the racing line rubbers in. And on top of all of it, this is the longest lap on the schedule, which means more corners, more braking zones, and more opportunities for something to go wrong on every single lap. Put all of that together: unforgiving walls, brutal braking, a tricky new surface, and 16 demanding turns, and you have a track that is going to test these cars and drivers like almost nothing before it. Survival alone is going to be an achievement. And now here's the angle that almost nobody is focusing on: the thing that makes this race so genuinely unpredictable. It's something I call the great equalizer. Think about it. At almost every other race on the calendar, the top drivers have years of experience and mountains of data. They've raced these tracks dozens of times. They know every bump, every braking point, every line. That experience is a huge advantage, and it's part of why the same big names tend to run up front week after week. But San Diego is different. San Diego is a brand new track that has never hosted a NASCAR race, which means, for the very first time, every single driver in the field is a rookie here. The veteran champion and the first-time driver are, in a sense, starting from the same place, a blank sheet of paper. Nobody has a notebook full of setups from previous years. Nobody has muscle memory for these specific corners. That levels the playing field in a way we almost never see. And when the playing field gets leveled, the door opens for surprises. A driver or team that figures out this unique track just a little bit faster than everyone else could find themselves with a massive advantage, even if they're not normally a front-runner. The drivers who adapt quickly, who learn fast, who stay calm and out of the walls, will rise to the top. And some of the usual stars who rely on experience might find themselves struggling. This is exactly the kind of race where we could see an unexpected name fighting at the front. The newness of it all isn't just a curiosity, it's a genuine wild card that could scramble the entire result. So what does all of this mean for who actually wins? Let me give you the honest breakdown. On one hand, the smart money still leans toward the elite road and street course racers, the drivers who are simply brilliant at this style of racing, with all its braking, shifting, and precise car control. Those drivers will adapt fastest to the new layout, and history tells us street courses tend to reward that specific skill set. So don't be shocked if one of the known road course aces ends up in victory lane. On the other hand, and this is the exciting part, the sheer brutality and newness of this track means chaos is almost guaranteed, and chaos is the enemy of the favorites. Think about what could happen. Multiple cars in the wall, brake failures taking out contenders, cautions bunching the field and scrambling strategy. A debuting driver or a rookie who has a magical day on a track where experience matters less than usual. Any of those things could blow the race wide open. When you have a punishing, unpredictable, brand new circuit, the result often isn't decided by who has the fastest car, it's decided by who survives, who stays out of trouble, and who makes the fewest mistakes. That's why I'd tell you not to be confident about anything this weekend. The favorites have a real edge, yes. But this track is perfectly designed to deliver a stunning, out-of-nowhere result. And honestly, that's exactly what makes it must-watch television. And let's not lose sight of just how big this moment is, beyond the racing itself, because this is so much more than another stop on the schedule. This is the first time in NASCAR history that the sport will race on an active United States military base. That has never happened before. And it's happening for a profound reason. The entire weekend is built around celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States Navy. The track's finish line is even named in honor of the very first naval aviator, on the ground recognized as the birthplace of naval aviation. So when these cars take the green flag, they're not just racing, they're part of a massive national celebration, set against a backdrop of warships, aircraft carriers, and the people who serve. The imagery is going to be breathtaking. Stock cars roaring past Navy hardware, with the bay and the fleet as the scenery. It's the kind of spectacle that draws in people who don't even normally watch NASCAR, fans of the military, fans of history, people who just want to witness something they've never seen before. That's what makes this event so special. It's a celebration, a spectacle, and a genuine piece of history all rolled into one. NASCAR took a huge swing here, trying something completely new and bold, and win or lose on the racing. The very fact that this is happening is remarkable. Decades from now, people will remember the first time NASCAR raced at a Navy base in San Diego. So, as you get ready for this one, here's what to keep your eyes on. First, watch the early practice and how quickly drivers get comfortable, because on a brand new track, the ones who adapt first will have the edge all weekend. Second, watch the braking zones, especially after those long straightaways, because that's where you'll see mistakes, lockups, and potentially brake trouble. Third, watch for the walls. Track position will be everything, and the drivers who stay clean while others crash will be the ones standing at the end. And most of all, just appreciate what you're watching. A brand new, brutal, beautiful racetrack that nobody has ever conquered, in a setting unlike anything in the sport's history, with a wide open field where anyone could shine. This race has the potential to be one of the most chaotic, dramatic, and unforgettable events of the entire season. The track is the star, and it's about to put on a show. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think this insane new San Diego track will deliver an instant classic, or will the chaos and the walls turn it into a wreckfest? And who do you think handles it best? The road course specialists, or a surprise name nobody sees coming? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, because I read them, and I already know this one is going to spark a debate. If this breakdown was worth your time, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to Freedom Line News, where we cover every NASCAR story with the detail it actually deserves. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.